Welcome to chemistry online classes. The next topic is peptides. Let's take a two amino acid. The interaction of amino group of one amino acid. Let's take amino acid. So I am writing in this fashion. And carboxylic acid group of another amino acid. So one amino acid amino group, another amino acid carboxylic groups will interact by elimination of water molecule gives amide bond CH, COOH, NH, C double bond O, CH or NH2. And this amide we call it as peptide bonds. This amide linkage we call it as peptide bonds. Peptide bonds. In this peptide bond, one amino acid amine group, another amino acid group which forms a amide bond, and these bonds we call it as peptide bonds or peptide linkage. Peptides are a substance derived from two or more amino acid and combined through peptide bonds is called as peptides. Based on the number of amino acid residues which are present in the peptides, we classify peptides into different types. If 2 to 9 amino acid units present in the peptides, this we call it as oligopeptides. If 10 to 100 units amino acid units are present in the peptides, this we call it as polypeptide. And more than 100 units are present in the peptides, this we call it as macropeptide. Commonly we call it as proteins. It is based on the number of amino acid residues. Number of amino acid units or residue which are present in the peptides, we classify amino oligo, poly, peptides, proteins. So generally sometimes when we go with the oligopeptides, there is a subname also we use. If two amino acid which are involved in the peptide bond formation or peptide formation, this we call it as dipeptides. If three amino acid which are involved in the peptide, that we call it as tripeptides. And if it is 4 amino acids, we call it as tetrapeptide. So 2 amino acid join, one of the amino acid will do amine group, another amino acid group which involves the reaction and forms amide linkage, and that we call it as dipeptides. If 3 are there, tripeptides, 4 are there, tetrapeptides. Let's go into the nomenclature or peptide nomenclature. Let's take an example, glycine. Another mole of glycine. which formed a dipeptide. And here is the peptide bond. Now when we are writing a nomenclature, how we have to write? Either structure or nomenclature. So if you look at here, this is the peptide bond formation, and right side, left side, here both are identical amino acids are there. So always we have to start left side the free NH2 group containing amino acid. The right side always we have to ended up with a COH free COH group containing amino acid, and here this we call it as N terminal amino acid because it is free NH2 is there. This we call it as N terminal amino acid, and this is C terminal amino acid. Either name, either structure. When we are writing a peptides, always our names should start from terminal N terminal amine to ended with C terminal amino acid. How we have to write for this dipeptide? And here this is a glycine. When we are writing a complete name, the first N terminal amino acid name INE is replaced by YL in the case of left side. If you take a here dipeptide glycyl, because INE is replaced by YL, and next one is glycine. So glycine C terminal amino acid name as such we have to write. So this dipeptide name is glycyl glycine. So whenever we are writing a peptide nomenclature or structure, we have to start from N terminal left side and we ended up with a C terminal amino acid. Let's take another example. Unsymmetrical amino acid I will take. Glycyl alanine. This is a dipeptide. Again, two amino acids are present. How we have to write the structure? So first part indicates that this is the free NH2 group is containing amino acid, and alanine COH group is present. So first we have to write glycyl, which should have free NH2, CH2, C double one O. Next is alanine, which is having free COOH group. So here the with the amine bond which is formed a peptide linkage CH and CH3 COH. So here free COH is there, here free NH2 is there. So this is called alanine amino acid, and this is glycine amino acid. If you take here peptide bond. Now in the case of N terminal amino acids, INE is replaced by YL, that's why this name is glycyl and alanine. Let's take another example. Alanyl glycine. Can you write the structure of this dipeptide? So the first one is alanyl, which is having free NH2, glycine, which is having free COOH group. So here NH2, CH and COOH, CH3. which amino acid is interacting? Next is glycine, NHCH2COOH, and it is converted into NHCH3C double bond O NH. It is amide linkage CH2COOH. So if you clearly see, left side is N terminal and right side is C terminal amino acid. C terminal amino acid, and this is amide linkage. Always we have to follow N terminal followed by C terminal. This one we write with here, alanyl glycine. So this is when you are writing a complete name. If you want to write a abbreviated, you can use a 3-letter abbreviated word. Alanine we use ALA, and glycine we use GLY, and this is also correct nomenclature when we are using 3-letter abbreviated word, or this is completely when you are writing amino acid complete name. Even 1-letter word also we can use. For alanine we use A and capital A, and glycine we use capital G as a 1-letter words. So you must have learned this abbreviated word in the lower section, how we have to write for glycine, alanine, all these cases. So you can use 3-letter abbreviated words for writing peptide nomenclature. Let's take another example. Now I am going to tripeptide. So here I am writing the structure. So what is the name of this peptide? So it is a tripeptide. You can clearly see this is the one amide bond, another peptide bond. So total 3 amino acid which are involved. That's why we call it as it is tripeptide. So what is the name of this tripeptide? Look at clearly. This is the N terminal and this is C terminal. It is N terminal. We have to start from N terminal. After that, whatever the in between amino acid, then we will ended up with the C terminal amino acid name. So in N terminal, which amino acid is present? This is NH2CH2COH. It is nothing but glycine. And here, which amino acid is present? Alanine. And last one is again glycine. So how we have to write a nomenclature for this? So N terminal first, glycine. IN is named replaced by YL, glycyl, and another one is INE name replaced with YL, glycyl alanyl, and last C terminal amino acid name we have to write as such, glycine. So this tripeptide name is glycyl alanyl glycine. Otherwise we can use 3-letter abbreviated glycine, alanine, and glycine. Otherwise we can use 1-letter abbreviated word G, alanine capital A and G. This represents we are writing the structure from N terminal amino acid to C terminal amino acid. The sequence of peptide we can clearly indicated by using this nomenclature. So which is free amino acid is exist, which one is free COH group is exist. By looking at the name we can clearly see. Let's take another one. I am giving as a homework. you try to write the structure. Glyce, valine and alanine. You write the structure of this peptide. Next, moving on to structure of peptide. Let's take a dipeptide. Which is formed in this fashion. Let's take a general representation of amino acid NH2, and here C double bond O. Next amide linkage. Next sp3 carbon. Let us assume this is RH, and again this is amide linkage. H sp3 carbon. So here 1, 2, 3. Let's take a 3 amino acid. Here I am taking a tripeptide. From X-ray crystallography data, it is revealed that the bond length of C double bond O N, carbon and nitrogen, is around 1.22 angstrom. When it is compared with the carbon nitrogen normal bond length, approximately 1.47, it is less than that. That indicates that it is not completely single bond, which shows some kind of 40% double bond character because of this lone pair of electrons which are involved in the resonance. If you look at this bond length, carbon nitrogen, and other side sp3 carbon and nitrogen, which shows the bond length 1.47 angstroms. And carbon carbon bond length sp3 carbon to sp2 carbon, this bond length is observed 1.53 angstrom, and approximately the bond angle between here sp3 carbon, sp2 carbon and nitrogen is 114 degrees, and other side approximately 125 and 122, and which shows that another one C double bond O and NH, this is present in the same plane, C double bond O NH, and here this C double bond O which are present in the same plane, and this is sp3 carbon. So carbonyl carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, which are present in the same plane, which indicates that peptide linkage is very flat, means which are planar. Both C double bond O and NH group both are present in same plane. So this is about peptide introduction, nomenclature and structure of the peptide bond. Next class we are going to study dipeptide synthesis.